Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Lawrence. I'm a plastic surgeon, and today we are discussing behind the scenes details and useful real data about aesthetic medicine that can help you take the right decision in order not to regret permanent changes. Today's topic is about marketing and especially aggressive marketing around. You can see it a lot on social media, you can see it on Instagram, you can see it on Facebook, on TikTok and so on. Doctors, or not really doctors, that promote themselves as the gods of medicine. It is like a virus that invades the host, that being you as a potential future patient, making you think that the person is really what she shouts he is or she is. I say shouts because these things really are like the annoying sun in your eyes in a hot summer day, blinding you and not letting you see around. In fact, you cannot see a thing after the virus gets into your brain via your eyes. I put myself in a patient's shoes, searching for the perfect place to go in order to enhance some beautiful features that I have, or on the contrary, hiding some little stuff that bothers me every day when I look in the mirror. Opening the search engine on my PC, phone or tablet, typing what procedure I am searching for, or quote, the best place to do this or that, I would be bombarded with sponsored posts from people that sadly in a lot of cases has nothing to do with the D and the R in front or after one's name. Attribute which gives the individual a certain weight, a trustful image in a poor patient's view. Injectologists, aestheticians, nail experts, hair removal workers, everyone nowadays can pretend that he or she is the best facial rejuvenation or facial aesthetician or any other fancy terms that define the art of making a modification of an individual's facial aspect via medical procedure like injectables or using substances that are clearly manufactured and aimed to be used only by medical professionists. The hard part is to see who is real and who is fake, obviously, because it's a really big deal if an adverse reaction happens in the presence of a highly trained doctor or in the presence of a semi-permanent nails worker. And of course, these people try to attract patients by telling them that there is no such thing as adverse reactions. These things are just fabulations and they never experience problems. Let me tell you, there are only two possibilities in which you don't experience an adverse reaction or a side effect. Either you are not doing the procedure often enough, or you are not doing the procedure for long enough time. And even if you never had a problem with a patient, if you really went through a medical faculty and worked just a little bit in a medical field, you know some things like a Hippocrates oath, and you have some ethical preparation that oblige you to inform the patient about all the bad stuff that can happen when having the procedure. Another thing that you can see as a patient is individuals having tons of diplomas and awards, some of them starting with quote-unquote best, that may cause a pupillary dilatation and an inside wow. The truth is that a very lot of these awards and diplomas, they do not matter. Okay, there are a lot of congresses and meetings and trainings all over the world, by the way, very expensive to join, that we as doctors recognize and we try to invest in ourselves and we try to participate in as many as possible. But in the same time, there are a lot of events that are made artificially, locally, between some individuals in which people get diplomas. These things are a joke. These are not regulated by any big international or at least national trustful societies or organizations and mean nothing. It is like you go home and you print yourself 10 diplomas through your printer and then brag about yourself with them. Then print some fancier words and give them all to yourself, and you will not be very far away from these people with silly trophies from ghost societies nobody knows and gives a crap about, awarded opulently in a disgusting event. Fake, of course, nothing recognized by international societies. It makes me think about fake clients in restaurants. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there are places filled with people, especially young girls, that pretend to be clients and they drink something at the bar. So the poor people, mostly men passing by, will be attracted by a place where attractive girls staying at the bar look at you, wanting you to go and talk to them. Of course, these girls are paid by the restaurant to pretend that they are clients. The bad part is that this kind of behavior is not as rare as you may think, and it is becoming so shiny on the internet that sometimes becomes very hard to make the difference between genuine and fake. So for you to be under the needle of someone like this because of lack of research may be the most regrettable thing that you have done in your life. Working with patients in this field, I have seen monstrous results because of lack of hygiene, because of lack of training or lack of knowledge, great majority coming from not so doctors field places or clinics. The problems can occur at any time to anyone. It is not about whether the problem occurs or not, because at some point it will. And it is about when, not about if. The difference is that a medically trained person can see in a short time if something is wrong and has the ability and the training to take some action. This action in the majority of cases reverses the problem or solves the problem. Recommendations may be, in a situation like this, to go only to a place that one or more people around you know, or in a place or where some of your friends went, or someone from your family. Internet is becoming a joke and even reviews are fake. Every corner shop and nail salon around where I live has a quote-unquote give us a review and you get 10% off kind of paper on a wall or on a table. And there are plenty of benefits for people who write bad reviews. So the stars on Google are becoming less and less relevant. I mean, every bad review that is not taken down creates a hysteria for pushing 20 other people to give positive reviews in order to cover the bad one. I say that is not taken down because a lot of places ask the clients to take down the bad review in exchange for some, let's say, advantages or for some products. This is how things work in every field: medicine, car rentals, restaurants, dealerships, shops, saloons, and so on. I was in a lot of places in Europe and every time it was the same thing. If you give a good review, you get some percentage off. If you give a bad review, the guys called me to ask me to take the review down in exchange for some benefits after. The right thing to do if I were in this situation of searching for a good place to go for some modifications on my face is either I trust one of my trusted friends and go to the place where he or she was, and also searching for the man or woman that is doing something on me on sites like General Medical Council or other trustful societies, inform myself about the procedure and having a conversation after face-to-face with that person. Face-to-face with the information that I have, asking some details, and if he or she can explain everything to me in a manner that a 7-year-old can understand, creating the bond and the trust, then this is a good sign because he or she knows what he's talking or she's talking about, and the individual wants to create a good connection with his patient. Rushing and complex explanations aimed at confusing are a bad sign often. Asking about the career and interesting cases is sometimes useful, as you can see if he or she is becoming nervous, or on the contrary, there is a spark in the eyes, a spark of excitement. Me as a doctor, I would not be bothered by these questions, and it will be my pleasure to share some of my experiences in the past with my patient. We live in a world where things on the internet and marketing are becoming less and less relevant for trusting the person behind all of this, and it's becoming very tricky for a patient to spot a fake dream seller interested in making some money. It is an insult for me and for my colleagues who learned and worked for long years to be able to present ourselves with those two letters before our names that some individuals having nothing to do with medicine present themselves as doctor someone, referring to our profession. Okay, I understand that there can be other doctors in all fields, in economy, in marketing, but in the context of going to a person for an aesthetic treatment that has a degree in, let's say, economy, and this person is a doctor economist, fair enough. But if as a consequence he or she presents himself or herself to you as Dr. blah blah, this is clearly an act done to confuse you and for you to think that he or she is a medical doctor. So let's be honest about it. You wouldn't present yourself to someone as Dr. John if you weren't a medical doctor. Anyhow, I hope that you enjoyed this podcast, and if you did, give a like, subscribe for more videos, and let me know your experiences in the comment section below, and tell me, have you ever felt that the things you are presented are maybe not real? Have you ever questioned the information you receive through marketing campaigns and the self-praise of some people that are bombarding us every day? Do you tend to go for places or an individual bragging about himself with thousands of words even he may be not a doctor? Or are you preferring the low-key kind of places?